Okay, good morning. Today I want to talk about our internal presence in Tai Chi. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by internal presence? Basically, the present moment that you are doing the form or you're executing some body mechanics or what is involved basically and how to be involved in those presents. So let's go back and talk about Tai Chi first. Let's talk about what is Tai Chi. Okay, let me sit a little bit closer here. Let's talk about what is Tai Chi first. Tai Chi, it's yin and yang together. Okay? It's yin and yang together. So that means there's a negative and positive forces. Okay? So when you put yin and yang together, equal amount or in proportional amount, like 30%, 70%. So you make everything 100%, okay? Then you are Tai Chi. Yeah, Tai Chi, that's what Tai Chi means. It's the two forces put together as one to give you the absolute force, okay? So if there's disharmony in any one of them, then the force will be in disharmony. So it is the same thing when we train Tai Chi. The mind is the yin. The body is the yang. So when you put the mind and the body together, which I talked about last time, the mind is the emotional intelligence. The body is the artificial intelligence. Okay? So when you put it together, you get Tai Chi intelligence. But what is that intelligence all about? How can you get that? You can only get that when you put your presence into the movement. You cannot rely on external sources. You can reference to your past training. So let me go back a little bit. Before any training, you can read, you can study, you can learn from a teacher, you can practice on your own. All these things that you've been doing in the past, it's gone. Yes, it will influence you in your training, whatever past training you have from the books, from the video, from your teacher, from your self-training in the past. It will definitely, it will definitely influence your thoughts or your presence. But during that training of the movement or the form, that entire form that you're doing, you must force yourself, immerse into the training, or surrender your soul, whatever you want to call it, into the training and nothing else. Because if you start using external forces or try to feel the chi, try to feel the energy coming from somewhere else to make you feel better in your movement, then that's not the way to do it. I mean, it is fine to do it that way, but that's not the best way to do it, because you are still using those external forces or thoughts or consciousness. So now you may ask a question, what about music? Sure, you can use music, but you want to leave music as a background, not as a way to move, how to move based on the music, unless you're trying to use the music to do some performances on a stage for someone or for the public. That I can understand. But for yourself training alone, with no music is the best. With music, it's okay, but make sure it's on the background. You do not use the music as a way to enhance your training, but use your presence for your training. Now, the question is, what is that presence? How do you define it? Where do you get it? What is involved? Okay. First of all, your conscious mind has to be totally in tune with your body and your mind, so that nothing else come in except that conscious mind or awareness, if you want to call it. So that means you surrender yourself to this body, your body, me, and nothing else. All right. So let's say we do a movement from very typical movement. Let me use single whip. This is Wuhao Tai Chi, by the way. Let's use single whip, and we are going to move using all the body mechanics, all the folds, all the angles, all the structure. Chin in, tuck in, relax the shoulder, round the back, sink the elbow, all that. So we are going to involve with all that. At the same time, do not let any other factors from the outside to influence what you're doing. So for example, let's say from the last move, let's say we're doing 24, the beginning of Tai Chi, left and right, lazy to taiko, and then we're done, we're going to go to single whip. So let's say we are here. So this is my 10:30, I'm going to go over there. 1:30, sorry. So we step back. So when I do this move, when I'm standing here, my entire body, my entire structure, it's already aligned. There should not be any upwardness or outwardness. Everything is aligned, everything is grounded to the floor or rooted to the floor, ready to go. Mindfully. Nothing else come in. You cannot be thinking, wow, I'm on the ground, my God, I can feel the chi. No, if you do that, you have to do a separate training. If you do this to do the presence, your whole body is one unit. That's the definition of the presence. So that presence, if it is fully utilized, that's an absolute force. Otherwise, it's not. An absolute force has yin and yang put together. If yin and yang is not put together in harmony, that is not absolute force. That is not even 100% force, not a strong base. Yin and yang. So father and mother in the house is very important. If they are in harmony, they are in balance, then we get a nice house. We get a nice, strong family, a strong family, harmony and happy in the family. And when that happens, the family is healthy because of harmony and happy. So it's very, very important that happiness comes from health and harmony. Of course, eating and all that counts too. Those are just other structure to bring it together. So let's go back to this. So from here, we sit back. No, I'm sorry, we step back. So you have to be involved, just your mechanic to step back, and we shift back, and we rotate. So you have to keep your center and focus, keep this, everything together, and then the body turn. then you keep the angle, and then you sink, and then you start, and you make sure it's 1 fist away. See, all these things, you already have it, okay? And then you shift, you push it out, you look at the right hand, and you turn, and you look at the left hand. So, keeping your chin in, keeping your body straight, keeping it tucked in, keep the fold, all that. This will help to enhance your presence higher and higher and higher. There is no ending to get better presence. There's no ending. Just like there's no ending to keep yourself young. There's no ending to making lots of money. So what I'm trying to say is, please, you need to understand every bit of how you move. So from what I just said earlier, even though we are moving from here to here, there is a sequence of energy going along. If you are able to keep the presence of every sequence that's going along, then your absolute power is getting better and better and better and better. So you're doing the same thing over and over again, getting better and better and better. Just like you love someone, you cannot stop loving someone if you love someone. So the more you love, the more you give, the more the person receives, the more the person give you back. That's harmony. And love become endless, so as to say. You know, I think Jackie Chan sang a song, The Myth, called The Endless Love. If you want the YouTube, I can send it to you. Anyway, so this is the biggest problem in many people learning Tai Chi. They think that they did the form, they got the form, they're done. The form is beautiful. But they don't understand the richness of that Tai Chi is based on your presence building up each training as you go to get into your ultimate continuous absolute power in this body. Then you can say that you're the master of the art. Then you can say that your ultimate understanding of the art is there. And then you move on, and you move on. You embrace it, you keep it going, you oil it just like a knife. When you sharpen the knife, you just oil it towards the end to keep it shining forever. This is the presence of your Tai Chi. So you really have to surrender your mind and your body to this, nothing else. Don't let anything else come in. So when you keep it that way, constantly you build a shield. Think about it. You don't let anything come in. No beings is going to come in, including the universal power. They don't come in. They can only look at you if they're looking at you. But you built the border. And that wall inside is full of chi with yin and yang elements in it. And that is the true presence in your Tai Chi. Okay? So today, that's what I want to tell you. Thank you, Denise. I'm glad you write my content. If you guys have any questions, you can ask me while I'm talking. Just type in your question here, and I will answer your questions. That's not a problem. Don't be shy. Just ask the questions, and I will answer it while I'm talking. That way I can check. That's why I have my screen here, so I can check anybody have any questions at all. Okay. So let me bring another example. Let me bring another example while you may be asking me some questions. So let's say we are doing a move. Let me use repulse monkey. Let me use repulse monkey. Repulse monkey, again, you have to know the content of repulse monkey, and mostly you have to know the application so you know how to execute the movement correctly. Repulse monkey looks like brush knee, but it is not. Brush knee is a strike. Repulse monkey is push away. It's push away the monkey. Okay. Then you have to know the mechanics of how you sink, how you rises, and what's move and what not move. Another thing, oh my God, earlier I didn't tell you, now I'm telling you more. So as you learn your Tai Chi, more and more things come in, more and more difficult things come in to do. But you'll accept it because you already know what's earlier. But if we didn't know what is earlier, then it's trouble. Then Tai Chi is too much, you know. But they always say no pain, no gain. So it's quite painful to learn Tai Chi. So let's say, let's say you are the fist under the elbow from here. So repulse monkey, we're going to go that direction. So as you can see, I'm bringing my leg back, my hands coming up. See that? So as I'm bringing it back, I rise slowly. Okay, I bring this back, I rise slowly so that my hand will rise. So my hand rises, and then I sink. As you can see, when I sink, I never do that. I go like that. So that's not an easy thing to see. But I show you now, and then you know. But if I don't show you, you think I'm doing that. Just human nature. Because in human nature, we don't see. We think we see. Because we never use our presence to see. We just use our mind to see. We just use our mind. Which is great, but lots of time it's miscalculated. Because we don't surrender ourselves to that thing that we see, that we're supposed to see. But we went and see something else. Just like any kind of relationship, any kind of confrontation. We see what we want to see, but we're not seeing what is supposed to see. And when that happens, your presence is not true. A true presence only comes in when you see what you're supposed to see. Then you're going to ask, what am I supposed to see? Then it's your training. Then it's your, in the past training count because it helps you to be better, and your teacher, your mentor, your knowledge about life, everything. You know, so this lecture today is actually a little bit advanced. It's for people who have experience in Tai Chi, but got stuck not knowing what is next. You know, 2 years of studying, and recently I said to myself, you know, it's always about someone else. It's never about yourself. So you need to have self-love to find out where you are, what can you do better in your presence, so that you can continually balance the other persons or a situation. So from here, repulse, playing the band, feet under the elbow, and then we bring it up, and then I sink. And then I'm going to go to repulse monkey. I step, and I take a half step, and I push. So I'm going to face it. So and I push. A brush knee is like that. A brush knee is like that. Even the half step brush knee is fine. But it's a push. Then you know this hand is straight, this hand is on the side. So these things you learn it in the class, you learn it from your mentor or your teacher. The requirements, where you stop, where and all that. But this whole presence has to come from you, not from your teacher. You can reference to that, but everything comes from you and nothing else. Okay, remember that. Okay, let's see if we have any questions here. Good. Denise, see that? That's really, really good. I don't know who else is have any questions. Please ask if you do. Um, Many people in the past think that Tai Chi is like a dance, which is fine. I mean, it looks like a dance, but Tai Chi was actually a martial arts. So when there's a martial arts, proper stance, proper body structure is very important to get the quickest way to attack the enemy. Okay, because it's a martial arts. What is a martial arts means of active action, passive action, dodging, get into someone, get him down, and win the fight. That's martial arts. Okay. But Tai Chi training, it's more than a martial art. It's actually a way of life of your body, a way of understanding your life forces in your body to get the ultimate health, to get the ultimate harmony. And because of that condition with everything else that you have, money and family, that's true happiness. Okay? So therefore, you need to train beyond what you are doing now. You know, what you're doing now, yes, it's great. It's an improvement in your life. There's an improvement in your knees, your joints, but there's something more. There's a 5-star thing going on out there. So if you're a 3-star, go to a 5-star. Why not? Don't be satisfied with a 3-star. Go to a 5-star. There's a lot more things going on there. You know, maybe you'll find something else over there that's happier, that's better, or an enhancement to your life. There's nothing wrong with going beyond. Like I said, you sharpen your knife, then you oil it and keep it going. So oiling it to keep it going is constantly learning and learning and learning. You know, usually when somebody already reaches a higher level, they do not need to reference to many things anymore because they know the technical know-how, so as to say. Technically how to do it, they know. Now they need to surrender their body or immerse themselves into the art more, or intune themselves into the art more and look at it again to see what can I do to make this better. Where is my gray area? Where do I need to improve? No. If we constantly involve with our body that way, we make our body richer, stronger, internally. Everything is internal, because if it's internal, you are actually working with your organs in the body. Your organ is your angel. They watch out for you. Your outside body is not angel. It's for people to see you're great, you're beautiful, you're nice. But the internal organs is your angels. They protect you. So you have to train internally to keep the presence of eternal harmony of these organs, because you're involved with the energy, the chi, and the life forces and all that. These organs is going to be your angel. Of course, it's going to be your best friend. It's going to keep you going for the rest of your life. Okay? Let's see. Who else got a question here? Okay. Mike have a questions. How do you, let's see, how do you do when you feel a lack of presence during the form? If you're a lack of presence in your form, well, I guess I need to put a nail on your head to get the present. No, I'm just kidding. Yes, it's not easy. It is not easy. How do you do it? Well, if you're not familiar with the form, then it's very difficult to do. That's one reason. If you're stuck with certain part of awkwardness. Like you feel awkward the way you move. Something it's blocking you. That means you have some misconception over there, or you may have a mechanical fault in your body. That means you may have an injury, or you may have your body just don't let you do it. That kind of stuff, you know. So you need to look at that, ask your teacher, and if your teacher is not around, take yourself and look at it, you know. You know, some people can look at you when you do the form. When you're fully concentrated in what you're doing, people can see your presence. For example, a dance. Somebody do a dance was so good that people can see that person is so involved with his presence. Even singing a song. For example, somebody sing a love song. You can see the person when they sing it and someone else is singing it. This person is really in love. You know, from facial, from voice, from this entire presence of her, how she's in love when she sings that song. You know, so if you cannot find your presence, then you keep looking. Never give up, Mike. Never give up. Just keep looking and keep trying. I'm sure you'll find little at a time. You'll definitely find little at a time. And how to center yourself? Centering yourself is based on your body structure. Okay. So let's say I'm going to give an example. A lot of time, when people execute the form, they're more into executing the form first than into understanding where to place the hands. So placing the hand according to how your body moves will help you to meet the minimum requirements of mechanical placement. What do you mean by that? So let's say I'm doing lazy to Tai Chi. If Mike is asking me the question, this is centered. If I do that, I'm not centered. Why is that? Because my center is exposed. So if I put my hand here, it's here. Now this is the requirement of doing lazy to Tai Chi. In lazy to Tai Chi, okay? So if you do that while you're executing form, and you know that you're centered, you're fine. So knowing that you make the mistakes, and you know you make the mistakes, that mistakes is not important anymore. The important thing is your presence now. But it would be nice to not make that mistake. You know, because sometimes when you at a higher level of presence, and your presence is full, your absolute power is there. A 5-star absolute power. You know, you can intentionally make a mistake. You can intentionally not make a mistake. Just do what you want to do. As long as the presence is there, your understanding is there, your conscious mind is there. That's all that counts. So if I decided to do a lazy cycle doing this way, I know it should be here, but I just want to go a little bit further here, just for the heck of it, because I know. The problem is that most people don't know. When you don't know, or you think you know, that's where the trouble comes in. That's why we follow rules. That's why we follow the principle of how to do Tai Chi. And you have to surrender to those rules of doing it, in tune with it, immerse into it, embrace it, so that the continuity of doing it will make you absolute power moving forward. Okay. I hope I answered your question. I think I did. Might give me a thumbs up. Do we have any more questions? I don't know. I hope this lecture will help you to bring yourself to another level of understanding. Um, I'm not trying to tell you that, oh, I'm satisfied with this. Now you tell me I'm not satisfied. No. I know you're satisfied with your form, but I want you to see more. The more we see, the better for us, the better for our mind. It brings longevity because you keep seeing. If you stop seeing, you stop your longevity. Remember that. Okay? Thank you very much. And I hope you all have a nice day.